Oh shit! All right, and we're live. Fuck yeah! So it's the Double Tap Show. I got Mick Valentine in. We're gonna have
What
a good
up?
time. We're gonna sit here and bullshit for like an hour, see what's going on. Oh, why are you? Oh, you know what? Hold up, I gotta switch out. Twitch isn't streaming. That's all right though. We're gonna get it though. Not a problem. That's because I was picking the wrong one. I had Instagram instead of Twitch because Instagram fucking hates me, so it won't let me stream to it live. But you know what? Twitch does, Facebook does, and YouTube does. So
Yeah.
that's how we do. All right, so check it out. You guys can follow at Mick Valentine Music. You can check him out on YouTube. Look up Mick Valentine on YouTube. On Twitch, well, not Twitch yet, right?
I got TikTok, Instagram. I got a failing TikTok. My TikTok sucks. Everyone needs to follow my TikTok so they can feel like I'm important, because you're not important unless you're on TikTok shaking your booty. But I don't shake my booty on there. Maybe that's what's wrong. Maybe it's wrong. I'm trying to tell people I got talents.
Yeah, put on. You got to go full on Stone Temple Pilots, dude. You know, I know this is one of the things you do. You got to put them leather pants on, learn how to twerk,
God.
call it a day, dude. No twerking in the leather pants.
I'm gonna have to try, because I've been trying everything else on that TikTok, man. Like, oh, I'm so talented here. Look at this thing I can do, and you put all this work into a video, and then it gets no views, and you get no follows. But yeah, I'm on TikTok. I'm on. I have the YouTube, Facebook. It's all the same little tag there that you're seeing on the screen there. Mick Valentine Music. It's pretty much that's what I use on everything.
Fantastic. Fucking awesome. All right, cool. So we're just going to kick the intro real quick. I forgot to do that because, I'm all over the place.
My first experience, you're just messing it all up.
Oh,
man.
my God.
I'm
fuck.
for life.
It is what it is.
I'm never
but you know
doing a
what?
podcast ever again.
This
man.
is what I do. This is organized chaos. This is how I run my shit. So anyway, kick the intro. Yeah, goddamn it, I miss that band so much. Every time I play
What
that, I
band
have
is
to.
that?
That's Blueprint Tragedy. They're local boys from down here in Cecil County. Probably one of the sickest fucking bands ever. They had so much promise, and then everybody just kind of went their separate ways and all.
That's what happens, man. That's the problem with like these bands that start coming up and you start loving them. They just lose all hope because it's so hard to make it, And so they're like, oh, we don't have that gratification of a record deal. We don't have that hit song, or like someone had a baby, or someone decided they were gonna do a bunch of heroin instead, and they they fall out. And so many of my favorite bands that were local bands, like that's what happened to them. Like everyone just went their separate ways.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because you'll see them blowing up in your scene, and then all of a sudden they're just like, yeah, we've just decided that it's just not working, and all the fans are like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
Like
that was like early 2000s. So we didn't have any of the shit that we have now. Like none of the social media and everything. I swear to God, if we had all of this stuff that we have now back then, dude, they would have been fucking rock stars like instantly. But
it's weird though, because the way it's funny how you look at it. It's like back then, we didn't have Instagram, we didn't have the YouTube, we didn't have all the social media, but people were going to shows a lot more because we didn't have shows on YouTube, we didn't have shows on Facebook, so like a lot more people were going out to shows. And nowadays, when you write new music and you go play a show, you gotta beg people to come out. Back then it was like, hey, you want to come to a show? They're like, fuck yeah, we're not doing shit, man. There's nothing on TV. And I got this ugly tube TV. I don't want to fucking watch this thing. I want to go out to the bar and get shitty and watch my favorite bands. But nowadays, it's like all people got to do is turn on their big screen. I mean, you watched my live stream on YouTube on your TV.
Fuck yeah, dude. I watched I watched one of them on my TV. One of them I watched on a laptop at the fire pit.
Yeah, I remember that.
Dude. Yeah, that's the thing though, and that's it's great because it can get people access to your music so easily. And you can reach so many people, but it sucks because you don't get that one-on-one interaction. You don't get the crowd.
I'm glad now that during COVID we have that option, But it was like before that, when all I wanted to do was play live shows and get people out to live shows. It's like, well, people can just look on YouTube and watch that, and then they'll get their satisfaction of, oh, I saw that band live, or they saw maybe a bad video of a band playing live, and they're like, oh, they suck. I don't want to go see them live, because that shit's happened before.
Dude, that is terrible.
You'll see one bad performance. And what people don't realize is that you are going to have a bad performance at some point in your life. And someone's going to be up there with their phone, catching it and going, this guy sucks. Yep. And then they're going to post it and it's going to go viral because everyone wants to share when someone fucks up, you know? So you see, and they're like, oh man, that guy sucks or that girl sucks. And then they won't go see them live, but they don't realize that it was just a bad show, you know?
Yeah, the negatives always outweigh the positives, dude. Always. You got that one time where you go to that show where you got one fucked up sound guy who's fucking got your vocals all the way down, got the sound, everybody else just fucking drowning you out, and you're like, God, what the fuck is wrong with this band tonight, you know?
Or it was that one show where Mickey got super shitty hammered and was an idiot and couldn't fucking sing. That doesn't happen anymore, but back in the day, that happened a lot. Back when you knew me playing live, all I did was fucking drink all night and play those songs. And I had a great time. It was fun, you know, like, but I can't say that I was a good singer back then. You know, it's like that took a lot of growing up and going and actually looking at myself objectively and going, why am I doing this? Am I doing this to party or am I doing this to actually like make something of myself? And so I had to kind of limit it down to like a couple of drinks a night. But back in those old days, man, I was drinking like Jaeger bombs before we go on. And then in between sets, Jaeger bombs and then driving home somehow.
Yeah, dude,
you know?
It's funny, I was just having this conversation with my oldest the other night. We were talking about something and I was like, you know, when I used to DJ all the time, I was DJing at the Rock Bar and they fucking were just feeding me. I don't even know what it was, but dude, all night long. Like it's the middle of summer, the air conditioner broke that night, so it's hot as fucking there, everybody's sweating, we're having a blast. By the end of the night, I'm like, wow. I gotta drive home from Baltimore right now.
What am I doing?
Like, what the fuck just happened? Like, I was completely done. I'm talking to Phil. I'm like, Phil, what the fuck we all? You know that I'm over here. Like, I gotta drive home, and I'm like, oh, dude, this is gonna suck. I gotta get out of Baltimore, then I gotta get all the way home.
Oh,
there was
shit,
so many nights like, all the way. I was right there at Rock Bar.
But we all experienced that, you know. Like we all don't want to admit it, but we all experienced that, you know, where we went out and we got shitty and we had to drive home. And I actually got caught a couple times. I've had my share of the DUIs, man. So I don't do that shit no more.
Right.
Too old to be paying that kind of money. And I'm too old to be risking my life, you know. So
right, for real.
I usually like before COVID, I was pretty much taking Ubers to every bar I went to, and just going local, you know, or something like that.
Yeah, that's the best thing to do now. And that's a good thing now, too, though. You don't have to worry about, like, calling Safe Drive or any kind of DDs anymore because all you got to do is pick up your phone, Uber it up.
It's so easy.
Yeah, and you can get random-ass Uber drivers and hope to God that they're not, like, fucking psychopaths going to lock you in their car and take you.
They got COVID. You know, I haven't had an Uber this entire time of the COVID times. I haven't had a single Uber. I've gone out to bars when things seemed to be, like, they were opening up and things were calming down. But then soon after, boom, we got hit again. Right. And, you know, I know some areas they still pack the bars, but the areas that I live near, they're a little more, you know, a little more cautious. You know, we're more near the city. They're like shutting people down in the city, you know, so you can't be fooling around. Mm-hmm. But I know I've gone to, there's a place kind of near where you're at. I don't think it's in Cecil County, but it's a place called Bottom of the Hill. It's a really little bar, but I've gone up there for karaoke. My girlfriend she's a KJ. She's actually a radio DJ. She's a KJ, and she's a wedding DJ. And I've gone with her to a couple of those shows. And people there, they don't give a shit. They're like, COVID, who cares? You know, they're just like, they pack it in. We're the only ones there with a mask on. And everyone's like, I've had these big redneck dudes come up to me and go, what the hell are you doing? You know that thing ain't gonna work. And I'm just like, oh shit, where'd you come from, dude? Like, why are you like all up in my shit, like telling me not to wear a mask? Like, you could just be like I'm not coming up to you saying, hey dude, why aren't you wearing a mask? Hey, that's not right. The CDC says this. No, I'm wearing my mask. I'm doing my thing. I'm working technically. Right. And this dude comes up to me at the DJ booth and it's like, you know that shit ain't gonna work. What are you doing, man? I thought he was gonna beat me up for it, man. Like, and so I haven't gone back there since. She'll go there every Thursday for her job, but I don't go because I'm always afraid someone's gonna beat me up for being safe.
That's funny. So funny thing is that's literally like 15 minutes from me.
No shit.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
really it's like 15 minutes for me, dude.
you guys ever go up there?
No, I haven't been there. It used to be a bunch of different bars. I've been there a couple times when I was younger, but
Yeah.
yeah, no, I haven't been there not since it changed names and whatever. Yeah, but that's right up in town, right up for me. Like
Yeah, I
probably
mean,
like 15
honest,
minutes for
like
me.
it's not a bad little spot, but it was just like they did not care
Yeah,
about the masks. They were just like that shit don't work. We ain't fucking using it.
yes,
But we went up in there and we still use our mask. We offer everybody the hand sanitizer. We, because we just want to gig,
yeah. Fuck yeah, dude.
and the bands that I've been doing Tickle Me Emo. We haven't had a gig since October because we decided, look, it's just kind of too dangerous out there, because we were seeing band guys that we know, from your area actually, getting COVID, and then it was right after they played a show, and then there's people in my area that were getting COVID right after a show. So we were just like, look, man, this is just stupid. Like
Yeah,
we're gonna show up and we're gonna have to wear a mask the whole time, and everyone's gonna be sitting, and that's not what I'm all about. I'm all about that rock show. I'm all
right.
about people jumping and hollering and dancing and drinking and
And having a
not
good
giving a
time.
shit. So we haven't had a show, and we haven't been wanting a show. We have an agency working for us, but they're only getting people like the duos and the trios playing outside of a dock bar or something.
Right.
But everything else, I mean, it's scarce, and we don't know when we're gonna play live. So I've been writing music. I've been sitting in the studio writing music, and honestly, it's weird that COVID is. I asked people online the other day if anything good had come out of their life from COVID, and some people thought it was a bold statement for me to say. Some people were just like, I can't think of a single good thing that came out of my life. But a lot of people, they were like, well, I had to change this in my life, and I had to get rid of this person, and then I spent more time with family. But with me, I mean, I was gigging every weekend before
Right.
COVID. And now I spend my weekends making beats. I make beats now with my girlfriend. We drink and we make beats, and then I've been making music and recording music, and hopefully trying to get that music streaming and bringing in that revenue that I'm missing, because I lost a third of my income.
Right. Yeah.
I just, like most people, I lost a lot of income. I didn't lose my main job, but my third of my income was in bands, and so you don't have that anymore. You're like, well, what the fuck am I gonna do now? I don't want to budget. I don't want to have to budget.
Yeah,
I want to keep living my life.
I was comfortable with my working every weekend and stuff. Yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
It seems like it's taking a toll on everybody. And then, but like you said though, you got to look at the good side though. A lot of people are doing what you're doing. They're writing music, they're making new music, they're taking that time to branch out and do new things. So we've got shit like this going on. You've got all of your different things that you've got going. You've got the TikToks and the new band stuff, and it's just all of these things that everybody's got the negatives, but you got to find those positives too, though.
You have to, and a lot of times the businesses that survive these sorts of things, they're the ones that adapt. And I've always been that kind of person that no matter who the president is, no matter who is in this office or who's making these laws, I've somehow just adapted to the times and kept my life going. I've been on my own for about 4 or 5 years now, and I just recently moved in with my girlfriend. I sold my house, moved in with my girlfriend, but I was on my own for a long time, and I just made it happen. You just got to get it in your mind, like, look, this shit sucks, but I got to do something. What am I gonna do? I can do this, and that. Or you can sit there and bitch and moan and complain and feel sorry for yourself, but then you do that and you got nothing. So
Right.
I was just like, look, I'm gonna write some music, and I know nobody's gonna fucking give a shit, but you know what? I'm gonna try and make them give a shit. And so I wrote some music, and I even got some old music and redid it. And you can actually make good income from streaming music.
Right.
It's no joke, man. Like, people think it's like Spotify's bullshit or whatever, but honestly, Spotify is one of the best things that ever happened to artists, like independent artists, because you're not getting paid a lot, but you're getting possible exposure that you'd never ever get. Like, you put your stuff out on Spotify and you get on like 4 or 5 playlists, like editorial playlists or like anybody's playlist. All of a sudden you start seeing all this streaming, all these streams come in, and there's people listening to your music, saving your music, and you didn't have to play one single show. You didn't have to put out one single flyer. and people are complaining, oh, well, the artists are getting ripped off. But my song just got listened to by 12,000 people, and I didn't do anything.
Right.
And so that to me is the revenue. But then over time, you know, I've been seeing groups that like aren't even really touring acts, you know, or they have labels or anything, but they get 1 million streams on a song or 1 million streams on their account. You know, some friends of mine are over 1 million streams, and 1 million streams earns you about $5,000 from Spotify, and that's just on Spotify.
Right.
So, you know, you got YouTube, you got all these different streaming medias, and so there's a lot of revenue to be made for an independent artist. So that's what I'm hoping to do. But the main thing was I just wanted to create some art and get people to dig it. That's the main thing. That's
I'm
the main thing.
looking at your Spotify right now, and dude, looks like they're digging it because you've got 4,480 monthly listeners. Yeah. And Shot Down has 12,011 fucking streams.
We had 12,000. We had
12,011 streams, dude.
That's crazy. Like, cause so that song, I released that song with a band called Beretta Jane back in 2008. And then I got fired from the band for being a drunken asshole. Right? So, hey, sorry, but that was me. And so they actually held that music for a long time. They wouldn't take it down. Like I said, look, I wrote that music. You can't have it anymore. So I want you to take it down. And they never took it down. They kept it up on all the streaming medias. But then a couple years ago, they took it all down. And I said, hey, nobody's going to push it. I'd like to push it on my own, And then so as a test, I released that song, Shot Down, and I didn't even really push it. I got it on a couple playlists, and then it just kind of steamrolled. And in a month, I got, well, you just said it, I hit 12,000. So
yeah,
woo!
Dude.
But so 12,000. I have never ever had a song on Spotify, and I've been making music for a while. I've never had a song go above 1,000.
Right.
And and if there's anybody in a band watching, or anybody that's an artist watching this, on Spotify you have the little less than sign and the 1,000 next to it, and you see that shit and you're just like, nobody's listening to my music, nobody gives a shit. And that's how I felt for a long time. And then suddenly I put this out, and I put a couple little feelers out there to playlists, and boom, I mean, people are listening. So I decided to re-record that old music. So that's what that song is that you heard, the latest one, My Angel Got a Beretta. That one is a song I wrote with, you know, when I was in Beretta Jane. And so now I've re-recorded it with my friend and bandmate from Tickle Me Emo. His name's Mike DeProspo. He re-recorded all the guitars, all the bass, and all the drums. And nice. I just went in and redid all the vocals. And then we got it mixed, mastered. And so we're going to release it on Friday. And I'm just super excited about it because it's weird. Like, I don't know how to describe it, but it's almost like you having a kid that you can't show the world. Like right. you had this baby, right? And it's a beautiful little baby, but it's like a demon, right? It's like this demon baby, and it's like, well, if I show the world this demon baby, they're not gonna get it. They're gonna be like, well, what demon did you have sex with to have that baby, and why do you have a demon baby? I don't know. I'm getting a little ridiculous, but I couldn't show my demon baby to the world, and so I'm proud of it. And so I turned that demon baby into an angel baby, nice. And now I can show the world this angel baby. And so that's kind of how I feel. It's like I've been listening to this song and all those songs for years, and I'm like, oh, I love these songs so much, and nobody knows them, nobody's heard them. Right. And so now I'm releasing those songs one by one. I'll probably release like one more from that group in April, and it's a ballad. Nice. But this one is just a hard rocker. It's like kind of a Velvet Revolver kind of thing. Yeah. And that, you know, back in those days, I was super influenced by Scott Weiland, and I still am. So there's a lot in this music that screams a lot of Scott Weiland, but if he kind of, you know, screamed a little more and you know, like I am definitely not like Scott Weiland, but you know, you've seen me on stage, like he's kind of in my body. Like I own all of their albums on vinyl. Actually, I got them all shipped to me like around Christmas. Like I was like, I need to get this and this and that, and I got them all on vinyl, and I'm still a huge fan, you know, and they still inspire me a lot. Right. So, but yeah, so the main things that went into writing this song, My Angel Got a Beretta, It was just my love for, bands like Velvet Revolver and STP, Motorhead, and just I was writing about just feeling like I couldn't accomplish any of my dreams or anything, and there's going to be a lot of people as you're doing that telling you can't,
Right.
and one of those people was my mother. She was never. I remember when I was learning guitar, she always thought it was just a horrible thing to waste my time with, and so, but I just kept doing it, and actually eventually when I moved out of the house, or was kicked out rather, I started singing, and so over the years it just seemed like there was always these roadblocks, always these people that are saying you can't do that, man. I know you, that means that you can't do this, so. A lot of the music I was writing was like stuff like, yeah, I could fucking do this, man. My angel has a gun in her hand. That's how badass my guardian angel is. How about yours?
Right.
So like I feel like this song could be, felt by a lot of different people. And it's nothing that's like too personal, and it's nothing that's like contrived. It's just I don't know. It's just a cool rock and roll song, and it's nothing deep to it.
Right. Cool. Well, let's listen to a quick clip of it real quick.
All
We'll
right.
put that on real fast.
You gotta play air drums for this shit.
There comes a time when you wanna say fuck it and do his mama say yeah. And then there comes a time when you lie in bed at night, you realize I'm not gonna die.
That song kicks fucking ass.
Yeah, dude, that's great. That's gonna be
Thanks,
a banger
man.
right there.
Thanks,
So
brother.
yeah, we got to make sure that y'all go check that out on Friday. It's dropping, and I just added it again because there we go. Cool. But yeah, Friday. Y'all got to go stream it.
Yeah, so the big deal with Friday is that not only is it releasing, but I don't know if anybody that's watching is a musician that has music on Spotify or knows anything about this, but a lot of the fans, a lot of the people who listen to music, they don't realize this, but for an independent artist to get noticed on Spotify, and I'm just talking about Spotify, I'm not talking about YouTube or Apple Music or anything like that. I want you to listen on all those medias too. But for Spotify, if you have Spotify, listening to the song in its entirety, right? So listen to it in your car, as you're driving, whatever, but listen to it in its entirety and add it to a playlist, and that is what helps independent artists, because the algorithm works on, if you listen to the song in its entirety and then you saved it, they go, oh, that person must like this. What kind of other stuff do they like? And then they go, well, maybe this song can go in this playlist over here because that person likes Motorhead or that person likes Guns N' Roses. I'm going to put this over here. And it's data that Spotify is just eating up. And on the first day that it releases, if you can get 1,000 streams in that one day, the Spotify algorithm goes, holy shit, what is this? Okay, hold on. Forget this Cardi B, forget this Justin Timberlake. What is going on here? And so they go boop, 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 boop. And they add that song to this playlist and that song is set up for life. Like, it's just like this effect that just goes off like this, and it happens for people who aren't signed to any labels. They're not anything special out there. They just know how to market, and they have a fan base. But the problem is, I don't have a fan base because it's really hard to get a fan base. So what I'm doing is I'm using ads, and I'm going on podcasts. Like, you're the first one I've gone on, but I'm messaging a lot of other people to get on their podcasts. And the hope is that on Friday, people go and they search Mick Valentine. It's actually Mick Valentine. I have a kind of a new moniker now, so it's not Valentine anymore. It's Valentine. Yeah,
Valentine,
like the Libertines,
gotcha.
But if people search that on Spotify and they go listen to the song and they save it, it just helps a lot. It's not a matter of, hey mom, hey dad, can you come to my show? Hey friend, can you buy this ticket? I need to sell you this CD, or I need, it's nothing like that. I ain't selling shit, man. I'm just selling, I'm not really selling anything. I'm just asking for people's time and their consideration, and that's worth a lot more than money than I think.
Awesome. Yeah, so you just want to get your stuff out there. It's that creative thing. You feel like you made this thing and you just want to share it with everybody.
Yeah, you want to share it with people, and the cool thing is, like you mentioned that I had 12,000 streams, but it's just like, anybody can get 12,000 streams, anybody. For me, that was, I just wanted to get 1,000, but I got 12. And then I saw that 1,400 people had actually saved, like 1,400 actual human creatures saved my song, and they put it in their Spotify, and I just couldn't fucking believe it. Because in this industry, as an independent artist, you are constantly thinking you're just shit. Like, you think that we've got egos? No. Most of the time, we're shit because nobody wants to listen to it. Nobody's listening to it. Nobody's saving my music. So that's why bands quit. Bands will go, well, maybe we're just not that good, or maybe we're just. But the fact is, you're not learning the industry, because the industry changes every single day, every month, every week. And I'm going on YouTube watching. There's a guy named Damian Keys, and he has this awesome YouTube page where he talks about the industry and how to get streams on Spotify. And then he tries to sell you his online like college for music industry professionals, but it's really just glorified
YouTube page.
YouTube videos.
Yeah.
And so I just watch his YouTube videos, and I learn from that, and I watch some others, and then I follow some people on TikTok, actually. It's funny. People make fun of TikTok a lot, but I tell you what I've learned on TikTok. Not only how to twerk effectively, but also I've learned how to look at stock sheets, like for the stock market. Like everyone's talking about GameStop and all this crazy stuff.
Right.
Well, I got into it right around that time, and I'm brand new to it, but I learned so much by following guys on TikTok. They'll tell you how to read those graphs and shit, and how to predict, when something needs to be sold or whatever. So I'm following those people, and then I'm following people who tell you, how to market your music better, or they'll say, hey, here's my trick for making this beat. And people just kind of want to share this shit, because they'll accomplish something, and they'll go, shit, I want to tell everybody about it. All right, well, I'm just gonna make a TikTok about it, and TikTok ends up being this educational situation. You didn't think about it, and then all of a sudden, this chick with a million followers with a big butt comes onto your page, and she's just shaking her butt and stuff. You're just like, I wrote a song, and I can't get anybody to listen to it, but this bitch right here, she's just shaking her butt, and everybody's just like, comment, oh my god. But that's TikTok for you, man. It's a mess out there, but people out there making that money, so you can't hate on it.
I get all kinds of food recipes from TikTok. Like, I get good shit from TikTok, dude. Just watching the cooking shows.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, my For You page consists of fucking music, cars, and food. Like, that's all you see is food, cars, and music just bouncing off my TikTok as soon as I open up. It's great. Like, I'll go from, like, a car fucking scraping its ass to fucking somebody cooking a chicken on the grill to, it's great, dude. I love TikTok.
Mine tends to be people either making beats or people wanting people to duet to their music, or it's that one really viral song that, oh no,
they're everywhere, dude.
No, and somebody busting their ass open, that one's a pretty common one. And then all of a sudden the twerk's coming. I'm just like, ooh, hey, that's nice. All right. Oh, no. go to something educational. And then like there's stock people, so it's crazy how it feeds you like that. But what I've had trouble with is getting people to follow what I'm doing, and I think I just haven't found the niche for my posts yet. Because obviously I'm a musician and I want to post music stuff, but you got to post this consistent type of material and you got to post a lot. You got to post every day.
Oh yeah, and you got to get the right tags.
Yeah, and coming up with a good video and putting that time into it. Like, I've gone pretty far into making some videos sometimes, and it's a lot of work. And then it'll get 200 views, and you're just like, I fucking hate TikTok, because I also have a little shark puppet guy who
Gary,
I do.
I was just watching some Gary. Yeah, dude.
No shit. Okay,
yeah.
So Gary the Great White Shark is I I don't know where it came from, but me and my girlfriend were talking about it, and then I just ordered this puppet that on fucking Amazon, and then we made a couple TikToks, and I was like, oh, this is fun as shit. We're gonna make him, sing parodies of songs, but it's all gonna be about great white shark education. And there's this other shark puppet out there where he just goes like, yeah, and he like puts his face into ice cream or something. He does dumb shit. He's got millions of followers. He just does dumb shit all the time. But I wanted this to be something that was like educational. And we will literally go into a garage band and record a cover of like Kelly Clarkson, but call it, we did a cover of Since You've Been Gone, but we called it Megalodon. And so it's a song about the Megalodon.
That's
and it was
funny because that's the one that I have right now up on my screen. I'm about to show it.
Oh, yeah, do that shit.
I'm about to fucking show. I'm hoping the audio comes through right.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah.
The Megalodon.
He's swimming now with Father Time. If you're lucky, you're fossil, you'll find. Yeah.
It's great,
The
dude.
Megalodon.
Older than Betty White and all the other golden girls.
Oh man,
You could stand inside his bite.
that's right.
Megalodon.
Yeah.
That's
That's fucking killer, dude.
Love my fun, yeah. Since you've been gone, to my ocean, and I eat what I want.
Megalodon.
Yeah, so go over to TikTok and follow Gary the Great White Shark, dude.
Yeah, man.
Gary the Great White Shark
It's
at
so
TikTok.
fun because it's something that it's like you got your own musical endeavors, your own artistic endeavors. Like I write my music and I do drawings and I make stories with my kids. But my girlfriend also, she's an incredible artist, like a incredible visual artist. So we got together on this, and it's kind of like our artistic thing we do together. And so like on a Saturday, well, we were doing it like every day for a little bit, but then it was like we couldn't get any views, so we stopped for a little bit. But she made the background, the background that you see there.
Right.
It's like a band banner, and it says oh God, what is it called? Gary and the Somethins.
Nice.
It's like instead of something, it's something.
Somethins.
Yeah, because when I was 5 years old, I asked this little kid. I was like, "Hey man, what are you doing?" And he's like, "Something." And I'm like, well, "What?" He's like, "Something." And so for my whole life, I was like, I got to do something with that, So it ended up being part of his band name. And so he does shit like that. And then, he just does some commentaries here and there. And we were actually going to start doing movie parodies. So like maybe doing a scene from Pulp Fiction or something, but it's around being a shark,
Right.
somehow. But it's just super fun. And so that's the thing. If you're gonna make a TikTok, you got to do it and have fun, even if people aren't watching. But if you want people to watch, there's so much you got to do. You got to tag right, like you said. You got to tag it right. You got to make it short. It's just so many tricks to it.
Yeah, that shit's great though. I was watching. I was like, "Oh, this is good." I'm gonna sit here and sing the
wholesome.
Megalodon shit.
It's wholesome content,
Yeah, it's cool. It's something you can let your kids watch and stuff. And,
Exactly.
Yeah, I know that's a big thing with you because we follow you on Facebook and all, and you're always doing some cool shit with your kids, which is awesome.
Yeah,
I love the fact that your kids know so much different music. That's badass.
Oh, they are into so much shit. Like I think my kid's favorite song is Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen. And I had them listen to that in the car on a whim, thinking they're just gonna think their dad is an idiot. And they listen to it, and every time we're in the car, they ask for that song, and they sing all the words.
That's awesome.
All the Mamma Mias, all the Galileos, all the high parts. Like they sing all of it, and it's great. And then they'll listen to all the emo stuff, and then they also they'll ask for stuff that maybe I don't listen to, like Owl City. They'll have me turn that on, and I kind of like it a little bit because they like it,
Right.
It makes them happy, so I like it. But yeah, me and the kids, we've been doing a lot of Minecraft together. You ever play that?
Yeah.
We are so into it. Like we get, everybody gets on the screen and we get into a world and we start building stuff. and it's just great. You can lose hours and hours of
dude.
time playing that shit, man.
When my kids were younger, that's all they did was Minecraft, and it was funny because my daughter would build like this fucking all this shit, and then my oldest would come in to her shit and blow up her whole shit, and it would just be,
that's
it would be
what kids
so
do.
terrible.
It's hard. Yeah, because you work so hard on that, and then somebody goes, I'm gonna blow up your house. Oh my God! Like if I even adjust one little block on my youngest daughter's house, she'll start crying or she'll get mad. Like she'll get angry at me, and I'm like, oh, sorry.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. I just thought it would look better this way.
I just thought, and that's exactly what I say. I'm just like, look, I just, you put up pink blocks everywhere. I'm just gonna put a little black in there, just a little black, little teal. She's like, no, that's not how I wanted it. Or you'll be building something, and you'll have this nice, perimeter, and you're like, oh, this is my man cave in the Minecraft world, and then she'll come and plop her new fortress right on your land, and I'm just like, Tilda, why are you building right outside of my fence? She's like, oh, I just wanted to move here. I just wanted to move all my stuff here. And you can't argue with her, man. You can't argue with a 7-year-old,
No, fuck no. Dude, you
They're
can't
gonna
argue
do
with
it.
kids at any age. Especially wait till they get into teenager ages, and then it's like, yo, this attitude, this fight is gonna turn into a real fight soon because you keep on eyeballing me and shit. Like, all right, so my son just turned 16, right? So this little fucker is not little at all. He's 6'6", 290 pounds. I'm 6'1", and I'm like, and he's like, and he eyeballs me like he's gonna do something all the time. Dude, stop it. He's just like, how's the weather down there? I'm like, you stop being an asshole. Like, you're 6'6" right now. And it's like, oh my God,
but you ain't
dude.
gonna beat up your dad. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's just,
there's that wrath of God you got as a dad.
I keep on telling them, I'm like, whenever y'all are ready, we'll go in the backyard. But they keep on like wanting to try to wrestle me in the house. I'm like, we will break shit. Like, I don't want to break stuff in the house, but we can go in the backyard.
Titans, man. Oh my
dude,
God.
it's crazy. But they grow up so fast too. It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
how
I'm not
fast.
looking forward to that, man. Because like, I just love them being little kids and being able to do little kid things and it be okay. Like we can just play Minecraft, or we can watch Hook, or we can, eat popcorn. We can just do doodles for hours, just doodling. Right. And, when they get older, I'm afraid they're not going to want to hang out with me anymore because I'm not cool, and they're, hung up on boys or something.
Yeah.
I ain't looking forward to that.
Yeah, that's tough, yo. Hook is one of my favorite movies, though. Just to say, I
saw that in the
Hook.
theater when it came out. I saw it. You're my age, so I mean,
me too.
It came out like 91 or something, or
dude.
92, and I remember seeing it in theaters and going, "Oh my God, my mind is blown." And so when I watched it with them for the first time, like 2 years ago, I'm sitting in between them, right? And every scene that comes up that makes you kind of like feel all the feels. I'm just like, how are they gonna react? What are they gonna do? And I'm just like, the whole time I'm feeling like almost like crying the whole time, because it's just like you're so happy that they're seeing this cool thing that made you happy as a kid, and so they're gonna see that and it's gonna make them happy as a kid. And I love those moments. Like, we watch movies every weekend, and it's usually a movie they never seen before. So lately, we actually did watch Hook again last week, but recently I showed them. What did I show them? I showed them The Last Starfighter. Remember that movie?
Yeah, dude.
We watched that. We watched Josie and the Pussycats, right? So that's a cool movie. It's goofy, but it's like it's got girls, with guitars and drums and stuff, and they're fighting the man, and they really dug that,
Right.
But then there's movies. Oh my God, the worst movie. I was a mess during. It was. Oh God, what's the Pixar animated movie? Where it's like Mexican traditional stuff, and it's and it's like a grandmother.
Right. Coco. It Coco or
Coco?
Yeah.
Coco.
Yeah.
I was a bawling mess at the end of that movie, dude, because I'm not going to spoil it for anybody, but like, there's that moment between the father-daughter thing at the end, but it gets it gets done with the kid and Coco, and I just lost it, and and I watched that with them for the first time. They'd seen it before, and so I'm sitting here bawling, right? And Tilda looks up to me. She's like, "Daddy, why are you crying?" I'm like, "That's just so beautiful." She's laughing at me, You know, but it's just like, you know, those kinds of things. Those I'm a sucker for the father-daughter things, or like the dad-daughter, or the dad-son things. You know, like in any movie, or you know, I'm always a big sucker for that shit, man. Just being a parent that makes you like that.
Yeah, dude, it does. Those Pixar movies will get you every fucking time too.
Yeah,
Every
they do that shit on purpose.
time they do that on purpose. They're
like,
all that shit in there.
We're gonna entertain the kids, and then we're gonna make parents cry.
Right.
And then they're gonna watch it constantly.
Yeah,
over and over.
Toy Story gets me all the time. The last one
man.
definitely gets me. Oh my god.
The last one, I'm not sure if I saw the last one. I remember, was it part 2 where the ending what was it? The thing was, he wasn't he giving away his toys at
dude,
the end?
he was going to college,
Yeah, and so he gives away his toys, and he's like, the great thing about Woody is that he'll never leave you, you know. And the thing was, what maybe my interpretation is different than most people, but I felt like he was describing maybe his dad leaving him or something, because the mom's the only one in the picture, isn't she?
Yeah. I don't think you ever see the dad, so yeah.
Yeah, so, you know, I think it's a single mom, I think. So, you know, he's talking about how Woody, you know, he'll and it's been a while since I've seen it, but he's like, you know, he'll never leave you, he'll never, you know, he'll always be there for you. And I'm like, that's some deep shit, man.
Yeah.
That is, I mean, it got real deep right there, and some people didn't realize it, but
yeah. The shitty part was, though, he's talking about Woody will never leave you, but yet you just left Woody on some fucking random ass kid's doorstep, you asshole.
It's true.
Jeez,
it's true, man. But those are great movies, you know.
Yeah,
and,
they are.
I love all the Pixar movies. I love all the Pixar shorts that they have out, you know. You ever see the one with the it's like a pit bull and a mouse, I think or a pit bull and a cat. I think it's called, I forget what it's called. Cat bull, I don't know what it's called, but you ever see it? It's a short.
Yeah, I think I see.
And it's a pit bull and a cat, and they're living in a junkyard, and the pit bull is actually being tossed into like fighting cages and shit, and then he gets beat up, and then they both decide to help each other and escape, and then they get adopted, and it's like, you know, a really cute thing at the end.
Yeah. It's like Kitbull or something. Yeah, that's
something like that.
Yeah, dude, those cartoons will get me all the time though. But I'm a big fan of cartoons though. Like, I love cartoons.
Yeah, for sure.
Transformers. Transformers is another one that will fucking make me just bawl my eyes out.
The old
original
school shit.
Yes, when Optimus dies, dude, I'm like a mess.
That was a big deal when we were kids too. We were like 5 or something when that happened.
Yeah,
and we're just like, what the hell? Optimus Prime is dead?
Yeah.
What?
Transformers, G.I. Joe, all of that shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, even the newer ones.
I collected all those toys back in the day. I collected like Star Wars toys. I collected G.I. Joes, all that stuff when I was a kid. But when I was like 11, I think I sold everything like an idiot, you know, because I'm like, ooh, I want money for more Nintendo games. You know?
Yeah, my mom always used to laugh. She'd be like, she had my toy box forever, like all of my toys in it, like old Star Wars toys, Matchbox cars, and everything. She's like, you know, this stuff would have probably been worth a lot of money had you not ate the wheels off of them, or
the wheels.
I don't know.
What are you doing?
She was like, you ate the wheels off. I'm like, I didn't eat the wheels off the fucking car.
Man.
She's like, you used to eat the wheels. I'm like, whatever, dude. You're a liar.
I don't think I have any of my old toys at all. Like, I've got some of my old sketches, and I've got my old it was my cow. Right, my little stuffy that I had as a kid. I've still got that thing, man. His eyeballs busted, and it's funny is that all of his hair on his head is gone, just like mine. It's kind of funny, because I picked it all off.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really don't think I have anything left from when I was little. I don't. Yeah,
you got a lot of CDs though, like
this
CDs
is
that you've collected over time.
Yeah, this is just one of my CD books. I was trying to think of something to make as a cool backdrop.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? These books are just sitting there. I don't use them anymore. Let me just go ahead and just put these on the wall. So, yeah.
What's that red one at the very top? There's a red one. It's like red and black. What is that?
This one?
Very top.
Very top. Up there? Up here?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the Punisher album.
Oh, shit.
Soundtrack from the Punisher.
Wow.
This red one, Alien Ant Farm.
Right here. Yeah, I can see the ant. Yeah.
Yeah, Biohazard.
Is that Metallica right there? It looks like Load or Reload up there below that yellow album. There's a yellow disc at the very top. Right below that looks like Metallica.
So that's Radiohead up at the top. Underneath of it is Eminem.
Right. So you got a yellow one on the very top.
Oh yeah.
And below that, I think, is a Metallica record.
Yeah, that's Stone Temple Pilots up here.
Oh, what is? Oh, the yellow one, but I mean the one below that.
Yeah, the one below it. Yeah, that's Metallica. Yeah.
Is that Reload?
Which one is that one? That one is Load. Yeah.
Oh, I almost got it.
Yeah,
which STP is that? The yellow one.
Purple, the one with the dragon scales on the CD.
Oh yeah, purple. So it's funny, they just reissued purple, and I got the vinyl for that. So it came out in January, and I got the vinyl, and I got a new shirt with it. You get a little bundle, and I got that in, and it was amazing. Like, I love vinyl now, like, because meeting my girlfriend, she's really into vinyl. You know, she's a DJ. You know, it's like she's way old school into vinyl, so she got me back into that. And so I got all their vinyls, and what we'll do is on any given night, we'll just put an entire record on and just sit there, you know, maybe smoke some weed and just listen and enjoy it and just talk about it like you used to do, you know?
Yeah, that's killer.
Yeah.
As you can tell, I'm a huge music fan, so like I've got shit from everywhere. I mean, you got No Doubt over here, fucking Limp Bizkit,
wow,
Crazy Town. Of course, Wu-Tang, dude, I've got so much shit. Dr. Dre, Black Rob, No Boundaries, the Pearl Jam, Jompy, Fat Joe. Dude, there's just so much different shit up there. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, but all that, I mean, that's kind of like me. I'm all over the place with my music. I'm everywhere from Bring Me the Horizon to STP to Dua Lipa to Juice WRLD to Biggie. Like, I've got an entire mood of hip hop stuff and an entire mood of rock stuff that I listen to. You know, it's like it's all these different moods that I've got. Heavy stuff. I got tons of heavy stuff on my Spotify list. But yeah, that background is like that's all my shit from like 90s to 2000s.
Yeah, dude. This is just one of my jumpies. I just went through the disc and I was like, let me find the coolest ones and just kind of throw them up there. I mean, there's no rhyme or reason to it. It's just everything thrown up there.
It's cool to look at, though. It's cool to like. We've also got a CD collection as well. It's mainly my girlfriend's. She's got just hundreds and hundreds of CDs, and it's just I liked the booklets.
Right.
The booklets was my favorite thing. Like looking through, because now when we get the vinyls in, they also have the little booklets inside, so you can look at all the lyrics and all the pictures. That was like half the fun for me, not just listening to the music, but seeing the artwork and seeing the scribbles in there. That I love all that stuff, man. And it's a lost art, you know.
Oh yeah, well that's the thing, dude. Like a lot of stuff is like changed so much. Like even music videos. Like you remember back in like the 90s and 2000s, it was like every music video was like a fucking major movie.
It was,
like,
and it was an event.
And you knew who the directors were. Like you knew, like Hype Williams. You knew it was a Hype Williams video because it was going to be some flashy shit, something like that, and you knew who made the videos. Now it's like you get videos, but you're getting like lyric videos, or you're getting something where somebody's just taking like random clips and throwing it together and be like, all right, cool, we're just gonna get this out real quick.
Yeah.
Like there's not a lot of people that like still like it as an art. And there's so many like really good like filmmakers and stuff, even locally, that do that shit. And it's
I'll tell you something super cool that I don't know a lot of new videos that have really wowed me or anything, except for, and I mentioned Juice WRLD, right? So I just recently got into Juice WRLD because he's got some great music, you know. You know, he's dead now, but he's still got some great music out there, and he's still releasing music, and I don't know how, but he's got a song called "Come and Go,"
right?
And the video,
dope.
The video is sick because it's all animated, and I looked up these animators. There was like 5-6 different animators that worked on that, and it's like this old school like Japanimation like anime sort of thing, but it's like it's almost like freeze frame, sort of like I don't even know how you would describe it, but it's not fluid action, you know. It's
kind of like stop motion.
Yeah, stop motion kind of. Yeah. And I just thought that was the coolest thing, and I was like, man, I want to make a video like that, but I don't have $100,000. So, you know, but I followed, you know, the artist, and he's got a lot of cool stuff up. But yeah, that's one of the latest videos I watched that was real cool. But I actually made a music video recently, but not for this song coming up. It's for a song that I'm releasing in like April or May. Right. And it's all cinematic. I've never done anything like that before. But it's like a little mini movie. And actually I had my daughter in it.
Nice.
And yeah, it's super cool. So I'd like to come back on your show, and we can,
dude.
when
anytime.
that comes out, and we can play a little clip of that shit.
Fuck yeah, that'll be awesome. We can play the whole damn video. I don't care. We can do whatever. Yeah, that'll be awesome. Like I said, dude, this is fun for me. This gives me like a nice little creative outlet. I like to sit and bullshit with people who are like like-minded and talk about music and TV and movies and shit. Speaking of TV, I know you've got to be watching WandaVision. Are you watching WandaVision?
So I've been watching everybody post about WandaVision, and I'm a huge Marvel fan. So, but we haven't watched it yet because here's the thing. So it's on our list to watch, but I've been showing my girlfriend Breaking Bad.
Okay.
She had never seen it before,
right?
And I've watched that whole thing through twice, and now I'm watching it for the third time, and it's still just as good. But once we're done with that, yeah, definitely WandaVision's on my list. Like, what's that all about?
Dude, it's so, without giving too much of it away, it takes place after Endgame and everything. Wanda and Vision are alive and in a town. Vision's alive. I can't tell you what happened or how, but yeah, I don't want to spoil it for people who aren't watching it yet either. But dude, WandaVision, it starts out really slow. I'm going to tell you, it does start out really slow. But dude, it is ramping up so fucking good right now. Like, it is getting so good. And they're about to, this week, I think this week, they're going to be bringing in somebody big, like an Avenger. I'm almost positive. So cool. I'm really excited about that. Then Falcon and the Winter Soldier is coming out next month, which is going to be so fucking awesome. Great, man. Yeah. And then, of course, Justice League, the Snyder Cut's coming out on March 19th. So
really?
I'm really, really stoked for that. Like,
it's crazy. Movies are so different now because now we can't go to theaters, So it's like we got to watch it at home. And luckily, we got cool TVs and we got nice sound systems we can choose from. But it's crazy now that our experience has been reduced from going in and seeing it in IMAX 3D or something. Like, I saw the Avengers in IMAX 3D, and it was the most incredible experience of my life. The first Avengers movie, and you see the Hulk go, "I'm angry all the time," and he just turns around and goes, "Whoa!" and he hits that big old dragon thing, and I was just like, "Oh my god, that was the greatest thing ever!" And then I go watch it on my TV, and I'm like, "Oh, that was pretty cool. That was just cool scene." But man, seeing it in the theater like that was just crazy. But now, who knows when that's gonna happen, And I still haven't even watched the new Wonder Woman. Like, I think I was just a little like not blown away by the first Wonder Woman. Right. So the second Wonder Woman, I was like, I can watch it.
It was cool. I mean, we watched it the day it came out because I'm a fucking dork and that's what I do. But it got hyped up really a whole lot and made me think it was going to be a lot more. But DC tends to do that, though. DC drops the ball on so much shit. Like, they fuck up their movies so bad. Yeah. And, you get excited and you're like, oh, it's going to be so good. And then it's like, oh, why did you do that? Marvel knows what they're doing. Marvel kills it. All their movies are always good.
They just need to get DC just needs to get Jon Favreau to do all of it.
Right, exactly.
And then they'll have a chance.
Because Happy can make anything good. That's what he does.
That dude, everything he touches. I mean, he started the Marvel Cinematic Universe with Iron Man. Yeah. And like, that movie is still one of the greatest superhero movies, right? And now it's, he did Mandalorian,
right? He went into Star Wars, and he does it right though.
He kills it, yeah.
Fucking Mando kills half of the Star Wars movies. Like, it's so fucking good. Like, he gets everything so perfect on there. It's like, where were you at when they were making all the shit movies?
Did Jon Favreau do any of the Star Wars movies?
I don't think he did, but now he's doing all of the series now, though.
They just need to go, look, we're just gonna put you on it, all right, dog? Yeah, like, we're gonna put you, like, we're gonna release a new movie. The new movie's gonna have Rey as like this, super, main character. You're gonna write it, okay, and you're gonna film it. You're gonna do all that shit, right? And it's gonna be great. I mean, he's a fan, and he knows what the fans want. Right. And what we got from Mandalorian on that last episode was
god, dude.
It was such such a fan what do you call that shit when they you do something that the fans want, but it was just like you weren't even waiting for that. It was just like,
no, I had no idea. I'm sitting there and I'm watching them, they're locked in and whatever, and then I see the TIE fighter and I'm like, no.
You see the X-Wing.
X-Wing. I'm sorry, dude. Yeah.
Yeah,
The X-Wing comes in. I'm like, no. And then I see him come out. I'm like, no. And then you see the glove, and you're like, no shit. Tell me it. What? And then fucking R2 comes in, and I'm like, oh shit. I was literally upstairs because every morning I would watch it. I'd get up.
Yeah.
Melissa would go to work. And then before I went to work, I would sit upstairs and watch it. So it's like 6 o'clock in the morning, and I'm in my living room like, oh my God! Kids are like, what's wrong with you? And I'm like, this is so dope! I'm so excited. Yeah. And it was cool though. Like, I mean, even though it was like CGI and shit, it was still badass just seeing Luke come out. I tell you what, man,
that CGI was pretty damn good. You know?
Oh yeah.
Like, I was a big fan of it. You know, They did everything right, in my opinion. And honestly, like, the only person I didn't like was that female actress that played the one that just got fired. What was her name? Gina something or other?
Gina Serrano.
Yeah, I didn't really like her. I never liked her.
I thought she worked good for Cara Dune, but it was like my favorite. I was really excited when they had Timothy Olyphant on. That was so badass. I hope
one episode though.
Right, I hope they bring him back in though, because Justified is one of my favorite shows ever. I absolutely love Justified.
What was that one show where it was in the Wild West or whatever that he was on? It was an HBO show, and he played like the sheriff. Deadwood. Did you ever see Deadwood?
Yeah, Deadwood.
Man, he was great in Deadwood, man. Yeah. So I'm a big fan of his, and when he came in, I was like, oh shit, man, he's in this. But then he was, gone. And so what is he gonna do now that he doesn't have Boba Fett
shit no more? Yeah, he doesn't have it. But I hope they figure out a reason to bring him back, just because I like him as an actor, and I just thought it was badass. It was like Deadwood and Justified all of a sudden just came into the Star Wars universe. It's like he's a gunslinger. Let's go. Yeah. So it was dope as shit. But yeah, I was really feeling that one. But I'm looking forward to all the stuff that they're bringing out, dude. There's going to be so many good shows that they're making, and but I mean they're just capitalizing on, we can't do anything at the movies, so let's make fucking blockbusters every week.
And I'm telling you, man, like, cause I brought up the stock market a little bit earlier, and honestly, Disney Plus and Disney altogether I've got stock in that. I recently got some stock in that, and it's it's a little pricey right now, but I just think Disney is capitalizing on all the streaming medias now, and they're gonna have they've got ESPN Plus, they've got Disney Plus,
Hulu,
and they're just Hulu, yeah. So they're going to be expanding and growing, and they've even had a lot of business at their parks, during COVID, and I don't know how the heck they did that, but they did it. And so, Disney is just not going to do any wrong. They've got their fingers in everything. They got it in Star Wars. They got it in Marvel. They got it in all the streaming services. So, if you got the extra scratch, I mean, putting it towards Disney is not a bad retirement plan.
Right. Yeah, there's streaming services that are coming out. It's like everybody's dropping one now. I mean, Disney, of course, I have all of them because...
Yeah, me too.
I have like every one of them. Like, do I really need this one? Well, there's one show.
We complain about cable being so expensive, and then we buy all the streaming medias, and we're paying just as much.
I have YouTube TV.
Oh,
and
wow.
Then on top of YouTube TV, I have all the streaming networks, and it's like... Yeah, I'm paying as much for YouTube TV and all the streaming networks as I would for, full-on cable. And it's like, but there's that one show that's on this one that I got to watch. And then there's one show here that I got to watch. But they know that shit, too. Like, they know what to wrap you up with. Like, we're going to put, like Hulu. The only thing I really watch on Hulu is White Collar reruns. Yeah. And I was watching, just because Hulu has FX. So I've got White Collar and Justified and Letterkenny. That's my Hulu shit. And then Netflix, there's some good stuff, but
Hulu, it's weird because Family Guy used to be on Netflix, and then it got taken off because Netflix let their contract with Fox run out or some shit, and then so Hulu picked it up, and so then I got Hulu, and it's really the only thing I watch on Hulu is just I turn it on when I'm cooking. I know every episode by heart. And it's just one of my things. But then I finally found the show that topped it, and it's Big Mouth. Did you ever see that show?
Yeah.
It is the dirtiest show, the greatest show I've ever watched. I love that show so much, and that's on Netflix, I think.
Yeah, Netflix.
But yeah, I've got Hulu, and I probably don't need it. And I've got Disney Plus. And I tend to use that a lot because of the Marvel stuff.
I use Disney Plus all the time.
Yeah.
Like me and Melissa will sit and watch Moana at least once a month, and we will sing that shit word for word. I will sing Moana for days, dude.
I fucking love Moana. I love all the songs, man. It's so good. It's a good story.
I mean, and plus I'm a big fan of The Rock. So
yeah. Oh, cool.
And his show starts tonight too. His new show starts tonight. Young Rock.
What's his show?
Young Rock. It's like Fresh Off the Boat or Everybody Hates Chris. It's about him when he was a kid.
Oh,
yeah.
But like I'm sure the narration is in Dwayne Johnson's voice or something.
Yeah, it's him. He's producing the whole show.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, so cool. he's got his hand in all of it, and really everything that dude touches, he fucking turns to gold too.
Yeah, he's had a great career, man. Like knock on wood, man. He just hasn't had a misstep, it seems.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, and it's funny though. Even when he does misstep, it's like I forgive it. Like Doom. Doom is a terrible fucking movie, but it's got The Rock in it.
I didn't watch that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Oh god, dude, it was it was terrible. But I mean, it was The Rock, so okay, it's cool. You get a pass, you know.
Yeah.
It's like Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds gets a pass even when he does.
Didn't he do Green Lantern or something?
Yes,
yeah, it was Green Lantern.
he did.
You know what's
Green
funny is that like I am so easy to amuse. I think because I don't know if because I've gotten old, but I actually enjoyed watching it. But it was a movie that like everyone hated. But it was one of those that like when you think of Ryan Reynolds, you don't think of that. You know, you think of Deadpool now. You know, you think of just anything else, but not Green Lantern.
Green Lantern. Yeah, well, I mean, I pretty much think that he did his best to make that happen, though, to where you didn't remember him because so many people hated the movie. I didn't hate it. It wasn't the greatest movie.
It caught me at the right time. Maybe. I think I was just fresh divorced, and I was super happy, so I was like, anything I put on TV, I was like, fuck yeah, Ryan Reynolds, get that shit. Yeah, I fucking love this movie. And I'm posting on Facebook, Green Lantern's a fucking marvelous movie. And everybody's like, you're an idiot. Unfollow.
Right. You are an idiot. What are you talking about? Yeah, I love that shit, though. Yeah. It's great. I mean, but I like movies that other people don't. I
do, too.
Movies that are great that I think everybody else is like, what? Like, one of my absolute favorite movies of all time is Rad. Like,
whoa, that's some old school shit. Wow.
Look, check it out. I got this last year for Father's Day
Oh!
Yeah, it's got the holographic and everything.
Oh!
Yeah, it's not Blu-ray, but it's high def. Actually, there is a Blu-ray in here too. They actually they were able to release it and everything on DVD. Man, like a legit release.
I love all them old 80s like skateboarding movies. Like, did you ever see
Gleaming the Cube? Yes! Fuck yeah, dude. Christian Slater. Oh my god, dude. It was great.
That is such a great movie that nobody talks about,
Yeah.
And that's one of his greatest movies. And
it was a great movie.
Good skateboarding movie, good crime movie, just good movie all around.
Yeah, all of those. I grew up on those, like BMX Bandits, fucking Rad, Gleaming the Cube. All of those were like my shows. I was like, I'm gonna be a BMX bike rider.
Hell yeah.
I've just got the scars on my fucking knees and elbows to prove it.
I got a skateboard and I tried to have my hand at skateboarding. I had all the cuts and scrapes all over, and I sucked. I like recently when Tony Hawk came out, the new Tony Hawk, I was like, man, I'm going to get me a skateboard and I'm going to get back on that shit. And I put my foot on one skateboard and realized I was going to fall. And I was like, no.
Not happening.
I don't need to twist my ankle right now. I don't need to get a big old giant scrape on my knee. I wouldn't mind buying the deck and putting it on my wall, but then I'd be a poser if I did that. I'd have to be skating.
Right.
So maybe one day I'll pick it back up, but it's like, it's scary. You get on a freaking skateboard, it is not stable. It is gonna fall under you, and you're gonna die.
Skateboards never. I tried like a few times, and I couldn't even get going. That was it. I tried skiing one time. I went skiing.
No.
I swear to you, it was like 6th grade. I almost killed another kid. Yeah. I couldn't get up the bunny slope. All right, I couldn't figure out to hold on to the fucking So I'm coming back down, and I couldn't figure out how to stop. And there's this kid just like laying right in the middle, and I'm like, I'm gonna kill him. I'm like, I don't know what to do. So I just fell over and kind of rolled by him, and I was like, yeah, that's it. I went and hung out in the fucking lodge the rest of the day and ate shit and drank hot chocolate. I was like, that was it.
Yeah,
that was all the skiing you were getting.
I don't think I will ever ski because I just feel like I'm going to fall apart if I ski. I'm gonna break a leg. I'm gonna be that guy that runs into a fucking tree or hits some old lady. I'm gonna be that guy. Yeah. So I'm good. I mean, I don't even like the cold. I don't even like I like the snow every now and then. Like lately when we've had snow, I've been okay with it. I kind of like being stuck in the house and stuff because we've been stuck in the house for a year.
Yeah, you're kind of used to it now. It's kind of the new norm.
I'm like, oh, it snowed. I can't go to the bar. Okay, what's the difference?
Yeah, it's like I was talking about this with the kids. I'm like, our kids don't get snow days anymore. Like,
Yeah.
and like their kids won't even know what a snow day is because they know how to do virtual learning now. So there's no
Oh, my
excuse
God.
why. You know, it's like
Oh.
work. So I work from home. We used to get snow days where if like Delaware was in like a state of emergency and I had to go to
Yeah.
work, they would shut down the whole office. But now, you know, we've got everything at home. So I work from home in here all the time.
Yeah. I'm
and
usually
it's like,
working at home too.
yeah. So you don't even get that whole, oh no, there's like a blizzard, whatever, the roads are closed.
shut down.
You can't call out. What are you calling
No.
out for?
You
Like,
know, that's
why are you
crazy.
even calling out
They're
sick?
never gonna have that again. Because you know what? When all this shit gets worked out, and people are going back to school, and somebody's like, "Oh, my tummy aches. I want to go home and go rest." No, you're gonna sit there on your bed, drink your fucking high C, and you're gonna get online
Yep.
with your teacher, and they're gonna set up your little screen on your desk, and you're gonna be in class.
Yeah, that's
and
what it's gonna
and
be.
and there's not gonna be any of this like substitute teacher shit, because the teacher's just gonna be at home.
Right.
You know,
We're
with
just gonna- we're gonna
COVID or
virtual
with the
today.
flu.
Yeah.
And they're just gonna be doing that. Like it's gonna be so different now, man. Like
Yeah.
like I don't see anything being normal, and I'm surprised that they didn't just go, hey, this is a good excuse just to keep kids at home forever.
Yeah.
But they can't do that to parents, man. Like
No.
parents gotta be able to go to work.
Right.
You know, and if they don't have a remote type of job, you
Yeah.
know, they like. It's been pretty hard on because my kids are primarily with their mom, and
Right.
she's been having to work from home and facilitate the home learning thing, and
Yeah.
it's driven her bonkers. I
I'm
think
sure.
I think she's certifiably bonkers now.
Yeah, I feel for the people that do. My kids are all teenagers. You know, I got
Yeah.
a 16, an 18, and a 20-year-old. So
Oh, they
you know,
take care of themselves. Yeah.
yeah, it's like, are you doing your work? Yeah, all right. You logged in? Cool. All right, cool. That's it. You know,
Yep.
but for the ones that have to be like, oh, dude, you got to make lunch, you got to do this, you got to take care of this. Yeah, that's tough, dude. And you know, and even the virtual learning shit, you know, they make the excuses, but that shit is tough. Like I'm taking classes right now. Like I went back to school because my
Oh, no
job's
shit.
paying for it. Yeah, so
Cool.
I'm doing business management. So I'm taking accounting class, dude. Accounting sucks ass anyway. And then it's
Yeah.
online and it's virtual. It's like this dude goes through some slides, and then it's like, all right, cool. See you next week. Just do your work.
Dude,
And I'm like,
I'm gonna tell you, man. I'm just gonna give you a little bit of advice. And I won't preach on it, but when I went to college, I was 30 something, and I, you know, we had school in class, and the teachers were not usually very helpful. Sometimes they were. Sometimes I could stay after class and we would just go over everything and they teach me everything. But a lot of times the teachers would bullshit the whole time, show you a couple things. And then when it came time for the exam, it was just like, all right, well, hopefully you read chapters 1 through 18 because here's chapters 1 through 18 on this
Right.
exam. And you're like, fuck. So a lot of times it's just like, it's going to be down to like you just having to fucking study. And hopefully they told you what to study,
yeah,
you know. But I think it doesn't matter whether you're online or you're in school, especially if what school are you using? Are you using like a university or something?
yeah. I'm going to Cecil College right now.
Okay, so
just taking the small ones out, and then I'll go to UMBC next year. Or
so
not
community
UMBC.
college, that's smart. That's good.
Yeah.
That's, you know, starting out with that and then going to, you know, whatever college after that. But a lot of times when you get to your, you know, you get to where you're, you know, in your third or fourth year or something, the professors don't have as much time for you.
Yeah.
And I remember I'm an engineer, right? So we would get engineers coming in, new engineers coming in that just got out of University of Maryland, and I didn't get to go to a nice university, man. I went to ITT Tech, you know, and
Right.
and the military paid for it, but it was still like not a good accredited school. But this guy, he went to University of Maryland, and I'm like, man, this guy's gonna be a hot shot whiz. I wanted to go to that school. He came in and said, look, the professors just kind of forget about you, man. I had a C average, and I didn't do very good. And I'm like, well, shit, man. That's, you know, that's not. I mean, I don't feel so bad now. You know,
Right.
you know, you go to an accredited school, sure, but you don't get a real education. You know?
Right. Yeah, it's tough, but I mean, it's cool though. Like I said, work's paying for it, so
That's great. That's awesome.
It
man.
helps me. I mean, I work in
for you.
banking, so get my management degree and it helped me later. I mean, I'm a manager now, but I can't do nothing but make it better later. So
Yeah, I mean, like management is a whole thing, man. Like you can be a manager, but actually learning to be a manager, that's a whole nother subject, man.
Yeah, it's tough.
And it's not something, I mean, I feel like I've got management in me, but it's a tough job, man. I kind of like being kind of the worker bee a little bit and getting my job done and not having to manage people and
just give me what I need to get done and I'm gonna go do it. Yeah. It's kind of like that, but yeah, dude, it's fun. It's fun though. That's what I do on Wednesdays. That's my classes on Wednesday nights, and then the rest of the time it's just working. So and doing this when I can, which is fucking awesome. Yeah, I have fun with this shit. So
yeah, man, this is fun.
It is. It definitely is. Let's see, what was I gonna throw up there? 610. If you don't mind, I do want to play a little bit of that Easier to Run because
man,
fucking cover is so dope. Like I told you when you sent it to me, that thing was so fucking badass.
So I wrote down, like, I thought, I was like, what the fuck are we going to talk about? So I wrote down all this shit. But I definitely wanted to give a shout to that album, Meteora. Meteora, I still listen to that album front to back in the car sometimes. Linkin Park is still one of my favorite bands.
Oh, for sure.
And Chester Bennington, one of my favorite singers. And this song...
Oh, wait, I'm getting feedback again. I don't know why. What happened? I've got this thing.
All right, I'm gonna try to talk. Okay, so I'll try to talk. I got this back going on. Hopefully you're not getting feedback.
Are you getting feedback? Let me see.
For me,
did it go away now?
Let's see if we fix it. Yeah, there we go. Easier to Run for me, for some weird reason, for the past year. In my head, I'm just like, oh, I want to go listen to that song. It's such a good song. Why isn't it a single? What's the deal with that? And so I listened to it, and I'm just like, you know what, man? I want to make kind of a trap version of that song, because I was writing with this guy in Michigan, and he is a producer, and he makes beats. And so I was like, hey, you think you could make a cover of Easier to Run, but like a trap version? Add some guitars, in there, and then I'll do all the vocals here. And he was like, yeah, let's do it. I had to pay him. He's a producer, but we still made this thing. And I just am so happy how it turned out, and I can't wait to release it. I think I'm gonna release it. I was gonna release it on March 20th, which is Chester Bennington's birthday. Right. But just with all the releases I got going on right now, I don't think I'm gonna be able to time it right to where I'm gonna be able to put all of the effort into pushing that song.
Right.
So I might wait until his death anniversary. I might wait for that, for the memorial anniversary, which I think is in July, but I could be mistaken. But I wanted to make a music video, and my music video idea was actually following like a young skateboarder, like maybe a young girl or something, and she's got problems at home, and there's all this drama, but she goes out and skates as her escape,
Right.
And I just had it all in my head one day when I was driving, and I was like, man, I gotta fucking do that. So, but yeah, that's where this came from, and I just love how it turned out, man.
Yeah, dude. I'm gonna play it.
It made me really happy.
This is fucking awesome. So I'm gonna play a little bit real quick. Let's see if it'll. This drop in right here is so dope though.
It's easy.
So good.
Replacing this pain with something new. It's so much easier to go than face all this pain here on the road.
So badass.
Thanks, man.
Something has been taken from deep inside of.
Dude, that's where you need to be. That is like, that shit fits you so well. Like,
Thanks,
it just, when that came on, I was like, this is so dope.
I want to do more of that stuff because it's like I actually started writing with that producer, and I came out with the single that I haven't released yet, and I'm making the music video for. But then we did that, and I'm like, fuck, man, maybe this is my sound. Maybe this is what I need to be going for. And then that producer started becoming scarce. Like I couldn't really get a hold of him sometimes, and he wasn't returning my calls or my texts. And I don't know if he was getting busy or if he's got some personal issues. So I had to go, all right, what am I going to do now to keep myself busy? All right, well, I'm going to keep doing this rock stuff. So I'm kind of changing things up. I got some rock songs. I've got next month I think I'm going to release something that's kind of like a rock and country kind of thing. It's
Nice.
not like twangy country, but it's like this. It's kind of like this down home Americana kind of song. And then after that, I think I'm going to do a cover, like a Story of the Year cover. I think I'm going to do Until the Day I Die. We've already got it recorded, music-wise, but covers for independent artists are actually really good. They boost your
definitely.
They boost your streams and stuff. So and then I was going to release the Linkin Park cover and then my other trappy kind of alternative song after that.
Right.
So yeah, I'm super stoked.
You got a
Glad
busy
you like
ass
it.
year, dude. Yeah, dude, I love it. It's fucking awesome. But yeah, you got a busy ass year coming up, and
Yeah.
hey, hopefully it all gets really big. I want to see, Friday when the song drops on Spotify, I just crush it. You get like 1,000+ views or
What I'm trying to do,
that
and
day.
I'll just remind the audience, is that on Friday when my song "My Angel Got a Beretta" is going to come out, and if you go on Spotify or whatever app, look up Mick Valentine. It's like spelled like Valentine, Mick Valentine, and follow the profile or whatever. But the song is called "My Angel Got a Beretta," and what I need to get is 1,000 streams on Friday, so that the algorithm of Spotify recognizes this unsigned artist and goes, okay, this is real music. This isn't just some hack, out of nowhere throwing his beats on Spotify and hoping people listen to it. So it's a goal that is very unachievable, in a realistic sense. But you know what? If you do it right and you believe in yourself, you can really accomplish anything. I mean, like the Shot Down, I released that and just promoted it a little bit, and it got 12 times as many streams as I even wanted. It got 12,000, and I didn't even think it would ever get more than 2,000 because I didn't understand the algorithm, and I didn't understand that you can be an independent artist and put your music out there and people will listen. I mean, my number one country, I have, it's not the United States. My number one country actually city is Frankfurt, Germany. Frankfurt, Germany. I have the most fans in Frankfurt, Germany. I have the most ads, the most listens, the most listeners. I have like 800 listeners just in Frankfurt, Germany, to my one little song. And
That's awesome.
And it's crazy. And then I think the second one is the United States, and then it's like France, and then it's like Israel. Like of all places, like all these, like it blows my mind. Israel and Germany are in my top 4 of who listens to my music. So it's just crazy. But yeah, hopefully people, when you watch this, you take a little interest and go check out my song.
It's fucking awesome. Well, Mick, thank you for hanging out with me tonight.
Thank
that
you,
was
man.
awesome. I appreciate you
cool.
coming on. And we went a little over what you needed to, so I hope your drum lessons aren't running late or nothing.
No, you know what? I actually canceled my drum lessons today
Oh.
because I did. So I've been doing drum lessons every week, but I told my drum teacher, like, hey, can we just move it to next week? And the way we've got my drum lessons set up is like it doesn't matter when I do them. I've got a certain amount of lessons that I can span out over 3 months.
Nice.
And it's all good. But I've been learning a lot, dude. Like since I've been started making beats, like I was like, well, I got to learn how to be a drummer then. So I've been learning how to be a drummer. Never learned drums in my whole life, but it's so fun. It's so fun.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome. All right, everybody,
Hi,
go
brother.
on Spotify Friday. Look up Mick Valentine on Spotify. I'll put a link up on Facebook, and if you go over to RageDJs.com, I'll put a link up there tonight too. I just put a link up to his Spotify and all of this stuff. Share this video with everybody you can. It'll be posted up on, of course, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Just share the video, and yeah, go over there and crush all the likes on anything that Mick has. Just look him up on all the social networks, and you'll find him. Go find Gary the Shark, Gary the Great White Shark.
Gary the Great White Shark.
Yeah, go find Gary because it's funny as shit, and have a fun time with that. Thanks for everybody. We made it up to like 6 viewers at a time. We're staying
That's
steady,
cool.
like 2 or 3.
You gotta be thankful for everyone that decides they're gonna spend time watching you, man. That's it.
So I'm excited that everybody tuned in and had a good time on a Tuesday night. But hit Mick up, and hopefully when you get your next video out, and we can do this again and drop some shit.
Sounds good, dude. Thanks, Toby.
All right, dude. Have a good one.
Peace.